For decades, GPS has quietly guided us, helping us find restaurants, track packages, and even guide missiles. It's so fundamental, we barely notice it until it fails. But GPS is showing its age. Its signals, sent from satellites high above, are incredibly weak by the time they reach us. That makes them easy to jam or spoof, even with cheap equipment. A targeted attack could blind a city or disrupt emergency services, financial transactions, and more. Natural events like solar flares can also knock out GPS, causing widespread outages. The satellites themselves are aging, and replacing them is costly and complex. GPS was built for a different era, before smartphones, before our world became so interconnected. Now its vulnerabilities are clear to everyone, not just military planners. This realization has sparked a global race. Nations want their own navigation systems, not just for pride, but for security and independence. The US no longer holds a monopoly. New systems are coming online, offering better accuracy and security. The era of a single global navigation standard is ending. We're entering an age of multiple systems, each vying to guide us. The world is moving beyond GPS, seeking resilience in diversity. The question is no longer if GPS will be replaced, but how and by what. The invisible infrastructure we once took for granted is being reimagined. The next generation of navigation will be stronger, smarter, and far less fragile. The race is on to build a system that can't be easily disrupted. As we become more dependent on precise location data, the stakes have never been higher. The future of navigation is being shaped now, in boardrooms, labs, and orbits above us. The world is waking up to the need for robust, secure alternatives. The GPS era is fading, but a new constellation of possibilities is rising. The sky is no longer silent, it's crowded with new voices. The way we find our way is about to change, forever. The age of GPS dominance is ending, and a new chapter in navigation is beginning. While the world relied on GPS, China quietly built its own system, BeiDou. More than a GPS copy, BeiDou is tailored for the 21st century, with a larger, more modern satellite constellation. Its unique mix of orbits gives better coverage and accuracy, especially in Asia's dense cities. BeiDou's standout feature? Two-way communication. Users can send short messages via satellite, even without cell service. This transforms navigation from passive to interactive, adding resilience and new possibilities. China is promoting BeiDou globally, especially through its Belt and Road Initiative. For many nations, BeiDou offers a reliable, advanced alternative to US-controlled GPS. The choice is clear. Why depend on a distant superpower when a new, innovative option is available? BeiDou isn't just a technological leap, it's a geopolitical one. The Dragon's Compass is redrawing the map of global influence. Navigation is now a contest of innovation and power. Traditional navigation satellites are few and far between, orbiting high above. Now, companies like SpaceX and Amazon are launching thousands of small satellites into low Earth orbit, LEO. These LEO constellations offer much stronger signals, making them harder to jam and more reliable in cities. With so many satellites, the network is self-healing and incredibly robust. LEO navigation promises centimeter-level accuracy, enabling true autonomy for vehicles and drones. Private companies are driving this revolution, accelerating innovation and lowering costs. The competition is fierce, and the benefits are clear: more precise, resilient navigation for everyone. The sky is getting crowded, and that's great news for anyone who needs to know exactly where they are. LEO is changing the rules of the navigation game. All satellite navigation shares a weakness: dependence on external signals. Quantum navigation changes everything. Devices know their position by measuring their own movement, no signals needed. Using ultra-cold atoms and quantum mechanics, these systems track motion with extreme precision. Immune to jamming and spoofing, quantum navigation works underground, underwater, or in GPS-denied zones. Militaries see the potential: stealthy, unjammable navigation for subs, aircraft, and soldiers. The challenge is shrinking these systems to fit in phones and vehicles, but progress is rapid. The true successor to GPS may not look to the sky at all, but sense its own journey through space-time. Quantum navigation could redefine how we find our way, anywhere. The future of navigation isn't about one system replacing another, it's about integration. Hybrid navigators will combine signals from GPS, BeiDou, LEO satellites, Wi-Fi, cell towers, and even quantum sensors. Lose satellite signal in a tunnel, the system switches to Wi-Fi or inertial sensors, never missing a beat. Each technology has strengths and weaknesses. Together, they create a seamless, resilient web. Modern smartphones already use a mix of signals. Future devices will take this to the next level. The goal: position, navigation, and timing, PNT, for all, everywhere, all the time. This fusion of technologies is already underway, making navigation more robust and accurate. The web of location data will be as reliable as the electrical grid. The future navigator is smart, adaptive, and nearly impossible to disrupt. The age of the hybrid navigator has begun. Control over navigation has always meant power over trade, territory, and war. The US once held this power with GPS, but now alternatives like BeiDou, GLONASS, and Galileo are shifting the balance. Nations are aligning with different systems, creating new spheres of influence in orbit. Private LEO constellations add complexity. Who controls the data, and who can deny access? Dependence on foreign or corporate networks raises questions of sovereignty and security. The ultimate prize? Quantum navigation. Whoever masters it first gains a decisive edge. The race is on, not just for technology, but for strategic dominance. The maps of power are being redrawn with satellites and quantum science. Navigation is now a front in global competition. GPS once set the global standard for navigation. Its protocols shaped an entire industry. That era is over. Multiple systems now compete, fragmenting the technological landscape. Devices must adapt, using signals from GPS, BeiDou, Galileo, and more, depending on region and politics. This shift drives innovation, but adds complexity and cost. The best receivers are now multi-constellation, more accurate and resilient than ever. The world is moving from a single standard to a patchwork of regional systems. This mirrors a broader shift to a multipolar world, with many centers of power. There's no longer one true north, just many perspectives and choices. Navigating this new world requires flexibility and awareness. We're at a turning point in navigation history. GPS's simplicity is giving way to a complex, powerful future. LEO constellations, quantum compasses, and hybrid systems. These advances will transform economies, cities, and daily life, but also raise new challenges: privacy, control, and security. Who owns our location data? Who decides how these systems are used? The next chapter in navigation is a symphony of technologies, not a solo act. We must be adaptable and discerning, understanding the systems that guide us. The future is about active participation in a dynamic web of information. Technology can show us the way, but it's up to us to choose our direction. The map of tomorrow is being drawn now, and we all hold the pen. The choices we make will shape the world we navigate.